Maybe I'm just going crazy. Maybe that's it. It would be great if it was just that simple. But nothing is ever that simple. I am. However, I'm going to say the word wrong. I am predisposed, presupposed, whatever. At least 5 different ways to becoming schizophrenic. Now, that'll fuck with your mind. But yeah, it's like my father, my biological father, was, I believe he was paranoid schizophrenic. I don't know. I only met him once. Well, in my adult life. I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, which can, when you're older, change into schizophrenia. Being in an abusive relationship, PTSD and all that, can be an onset bringer of schizophrenia. Having been hit in the head really, really, really hard, been hit in the head a lot, that can cause schizophrenia. Surviving trauma, fires and car wrecks and stuff, there are several ways in which I could be schizophrenic. What does that mean? Nothing. I know some schizophrenics, some of the greatest people I've ever met, but it also depends on, psychology was my minor. I didn't finish college because of a car wreck and a lot of things that, but anyway, there are many ways in which I could be. Maybe I'm just batshit crazy. Nah, I'm not. I'm smart. Sometimes I'm too smart that I'm stupid, if that makes any sense. Oh, I used to drink a lot. A lot. The people who knew me, like growing up, and up until I had, this car wreck, I was a drinker. I was a heavy drinker. I waited tables, and I was a heavy drinker. I drank too much. But then right before the shit happened where I had to run away to California, I was drinking at least a liter a night. After I got off work, I'd come home and drink that. I was miserable. I hated my life. I hated my job. I hated everything. But anyway, I was drinking about a liter a night. And then when I wound up in California, oh, dude. Well, I was drinking at least a liter a day. Sometimes a gallon. It's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Never got the shakes or anything. Right at one point in time, when I first became homeless and I was still living on Venice Beach, I was so excited because like my eyes were yellow and I was waking up and I was throwing up. I was like, dude, I'm a total alcoholic. Yeah, it didn't last. By the time, that had set in, I'd hit the road and with a friend of mine, and we went from Venice down to San Diego and then back up to Santa Barbara. And you can't drink like that if you're you can, but you also have to make sure you eat and you're safe because you don't want to get so stupid passed out drunk that bad stuff will happen. So you got to kind of keep your shit together. And so I was always a heavy drinker, and that can cause you to be schizophrenic. For a couple of years before this said car wreck that I mentioned, and it was 20 years ago. This year makes 20 years ago that happened. Anyway, I had started using meth. A lot of housewives did. A lot of people who wait tables did. A lot of college students do. I did it. It's not a good thing. But I think I'm ADHD, and it just didn't affect me the same as it did other people. Now, when I was back, and I quit for a while, after the car wreck, and things happened. Well, I didn't have a connect anymore and all that, so that was all good. So, boom, I wasn't doing drugs anymore. Until I hit California, but it didn't happen immediately. But it got to where, I was doing meth daily and drinking daily. But when I came back home and I boarded the plane, that meant I had to not drink anymore. And I was drinking like a gallon a day, a good bit. And I was smoking a shitload of shit. And I had to put that down, get on the plane, come back home. Boom, cold turkey. So don't tell me it can't be done, because it can. Maybe I'm just exceptionally strong. Which I am. Toot my own horn. You see, I was doing all those things before I ever went to California. And while I was out there, I was slowing down because I was noticing changes that were happening in the world and within me, and it was time to start slowing down and taking better care of myself, which I'm kind of failing miserably at right now, because I've put on like 65 fucking pounds. I'm just a little disgusted with myself, but I still love me. Hey, yo, dude, it's still me in here. There's just a little bit more of me now, which probably means I can pack a stronger punch. Anyway. See, I'm different. Being homeless wasn't a bad thing for me. It was an experience that I enjoyed, that I made the best out of. I've made some amazing friends. I had some super natural experiences. Crazy shit. But I missed out a lot. I missed out on a lot with my kids, with my grandchildren. Does it make me a bad person? No, it does not. I had to do what I had to do. And that's just that. Now, do I want to go back? Hell yeah. To visit. I got friends out there. Family. Soul family, And yeah, I do want to go back. And I'm going to. I'm going to book a flight. I'm going to book a hotel. And I'm going to go for a week. And then I'm going to come back. Period. what I want to be able to do is to travel back and forth. Because being in a house is, it's just not for me. I like being outside. Now, if I could get a camper and travel and go see shit and go do stuff and see that the world is a great place, because it is. I went hitchhiking. I took, for 1 year, I went hitchhiking, went to Chicago and Nashville and just me and the dog. And guess what? The world's not a bad place. There's good people out there. And I think I need to test that again. I need to get an RV or a little camper and a little pickup truck and just go see things and do things. I really want to see if I can find Robert. My heart hurts. It has for over 2 years now, and I can sit here and I can start crying, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. He's okay. He was my best friend. And I miss him a lot. My son's birthday's coming up soon, too. I don't know what I want to do for him. I love him so much. And my daughter, God, she's so amazing. She's given me 3 amazing grandchildren. Those are my hearts. They're my heart and my soul. My daughter, my son, and my 3 grandchildren. And Robert. Everybody else, yeah, I love them. But those people are my people. And I love them. Anyway, I am just randomly talking to myself, and I need to go into some stories. Some crazy stories. Traveling and hitchhiking up and down the coast of California was a trip. I'm glad I did it. And I'm getting closer to talking about it. Just not ready to do it yet. I'm going to do it soon. I have to. Before I forget it all. Peace, love, happiness. Love you.